Hello. Say hi.
Hi guys.
Welcome to this.
We're not on drugs, I promise. Shut the fuck up laughing, you BB-8 looking motherfucker. Anyways.
Okay, welcome to the third episode of the Exotic Podcast. Today I have here my great friend, if you wanna...
Name's Joel Britton, but I go by Akane Shadow on YouTube. I don't fucking... What you laughing for? This man's over here like...
Yeah. This is gonna be real fun to go over and just cut so much just laughing out. I'm gonna have like 3 hours of just footage just of laughing at the fucking hour.
And you're just like, yeah, let's cut that 15-minute clip out there.
This is gonna be like back in the day when we were talking about fucking space, how we live on fucking space. There's space aliens trying to fuck us in their ass with their tentacles on their forehead.
Dude, I mean, if you think about it, we are literally living in space. We live on a rock in space.
Yeah.
We don't live on Earth or in Earth. We live in space on Earth. So
Right.
Technically, we in a space apartment right now, and we had to come up the space steps to get here.
Yeah. And here we are.
Tell me our
recording.
logic is wrong.
Yeah.
It ain't a fucking astro droid. It's just a space droid. You know?
Space cars, space
BB-8
food.
just drinks a little too much grease, you know?
Yeah.
Like, anyways, okay, let's continue.
Okay. So, yeah, no, that's a great introduction.
Yeah, terrible, right? I know. It's great.
Honestly, it's better than what some YouTubers do.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Some YouTubers will be like fucking, hey guys, it's fucking Bill Nye over here, and today we're gonna go back at it again.
My name is Doctor. I don't miss shots. I'm gonna do all these shots, and I'm not gonna miss one. Shoots the basket. Misses. None of y'all saw that! Fucking 12-year-old
Oh,
and
no.
shit, like, bro.
Or it's gonna be like, he's about to miss, but they cut it so poorly you can kind of notice, and then you just have like a little fucking string on the ball.
Dude. Yes. 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 Alright, Gordon, Exotic Mr. Panda, what topics we got today?
Okay, so first things first, I've noticed the gas prices are fucking shit.
Yes.
It's...
We just blinded all of the viewers. Anyways, yes. Gas prices. Complete garbage.
Around here,
Like,
what, the highest I've seen was about like $5.19.
Yeah, $5.19, $5.20 tops, you know? Like, dude, it's garbage.
And diesel's
It's
almost
garbage.
$6.
Yes, it's complete garbage. Like, so I heard some of the things of why gas prices are going so high is because Biden and his eco-friendly whatever plan apparently is buying oil from overseas, bringing it here, which uses like, I think the number the guy gave was like 800,000 gallons of fuel to transport like half that. And so he's dumping more carbon monoxide than we're saving in the country alone. So like we're not saving the environment at this point. We're just like cutting back on like 2% of our carbon footprint. But like with Trump, all the stuff was local. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was so cheap because it only had to go like 20 miles down the road. And now they're also saying like first couple weeks of January, that government's going to announce that we are in a full-blown recession again. So like the McDouble's gonna be $4 and everybody's gonna it's gonna be it's trash.
You know how McDonald's has like the $1 drinks? They're taking that away.
See, This is my thing. The minute Arizona teas become $1, not 99 cents no more, $1 is when you know as president you fucked up. Yeah. Those things have been 99 cents since I have been born, and I am 22 years old. So if something that staple, like that iconic as let's go to the gas station, it's always been 99 cents. We never have to question what price it is for an Arizona tea. If the day we walk in there and we're like, oh yeah, staple 99 cents, and it's $1.50, the world is going to end. Like Arizona teas and being 99 cents is kind of something that I associate with like the universe. It's always been that way.
Oh yeah.
Like, and the minute it's not, like, all laws of physics should just be abolished. And
fucking gravity gets taken away. We just start floating one day.
Bro, just light fire to the whole planet because it's garbage. Like, if you can't live on this planet while making money, then what the fuck is the point of living on this planet?
Yeah.
Like, if you work in your hands to the bone to be able to afford a McDouble once a week, there's no point. There's no point in going to work. So what's going to happen, I now that I think about it, what's going to happen is if people can't make a decent living working, then they're going to go on unemployment. Because you can make more than normal that you usually made on unemployment. Like I had a friend making like a couple $100 a week, you know? Oh, yeah. And he went on unemployment and he made like $600 a week. Living way freaking better than he was when he was actually working. Oh, yeah. And if it's just going to get $5 a gallon, $6 a gallon, $7 a gallon to go to work, people are going to stop working.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're never going to get out of the recession, or Biden's going to be like, oh, well, this, that, you know? Like, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
We messed up.
I've seen another thing, which I highly doubt is true, but where Biden wants to raise the gas prices high enough to where they're just all zeros and gas becomes like essentially free, which that just seems stupid, and I don't know why people think that, and there's a shit ton of people that for some reason are backing that but still thinking that's a stupid idea because, you know, you're raising the gas prices up to a high amount for it to be all zeros. Right. But that just seems so illogical to me because that's not really how that works.
Right. Like, those are the same people that were backing that there is no such thing as inflation. And now we're complaining about why is gas $5 a gallon when it was $2 the same year. You know, that, like, inflation is real, people. Oh, yeah. It is. For those of you that may be watching this later and you believe that inflation is not real, this is how you got proved wrong. Now you can't even put a gallon of gas in your dang truck if you ain't got $6 to buy it. Yeah. Frickin' McDouble that was $1 for years. Oh, years. Yeah. Is now $2 something. Like, I swear, like the meme that says Arizona teas go up to $1.01, mass riots in the street, that's not a meme anymore. That is a prediction. Like, people are going to lose their absolute mind if prices keep going up like this.
Oh, it's already getting really ridiculous with a lot of shit that's like a necessity. That's prices that are going up, and it's just like, why? Well, why this? Something that we need for a living.
Right. Or like, bro, I swear to God, fucking George Floyd, the riots that took where the people were just like literally carrying refrigerators out and just destroying these businesses that had nothing to do with the incident, raiding all their crap.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be 3 times as worse. And I'm pretty sure the people who were rioting then aren't gonna riot and then complain about why we're rioting. Like, people don't understand that, or don't think, like, you know, money should be the reason why we're rioting.
Right.
Like, inflation is going to be the new reason. I don't know, dude. It's so complex. Those people are just the people that I feel like don't actually have a grasp on reality. Because, like, I never like to think in absolutes. Like, people who say F12, I'm just like, you're stupid. There's good cops and there's bad cops.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we should hold everybody accountable for their own things. Like, there were people in the George Floyd protests and stuff that were completely peaceful. Had no right to be treated the way they were.
Right.
And then there were the people beating people in their front yards, rioting, stealing, burning. Yeah, like, those people should have been shot with rubber bullets, but in the proper way, because I heard there was a lot of them that weren't shooting their rubber bullets properly. And they were, like, breaking people's faces. Like, that, yeah, you should have lost your job. But, like, there's a right way to protest something, and there's a wrong way. And, like, I was down in Grand Rapids not too long ago, right? And I went to this Black Lives Matter rally at Rosa Parks Circle, and this girl straight up was like, please welcome William Prevenue, you know, whatever, don't know his name, but we'll say William Prevenue, from the Young Black Panther Corps. And I'm like, do these people not remember history?
Yeah.
Like, the Black Panthers failed. Martin Luther King succeeded. And the key difference of why the Black Panthers failed
is violence.
And Martin Luther King succeeded was because they took two different approaches. The violence towards your oppressors only gives them the justification to keep oppressing you.
Right.
Martin Luther King understood that. So he went with love when they came at him with hate. And his love and pacifism against this oppressive, violent community of white people is what showed the other white people that this isn't right. They're not doing anything wrong. They're standing there getting their skin hosed off by fire trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when white people started coming in, flowing in, like, don't treat them like this. Don't treat them like this. If you're going to hose a black man, you're going to hose me too. And it seems like the newer generation forgets that too. That white people marched alongside Martin Luther King too, because not all white people are racist.
Right.
And the thing is, the other thing of, like, judge me by my content of character, not my skin color, is also judge someone's meaning or intent behind their words and not just the words they say. And honestly, if we can stop redefining words or making up new words and giving them new meanings, then racism doesn't continue.
Right.
Like, why is it that there are certain people who can say the N-word and it just be whatever, but then the same people, the same skin color, the same neighborhood or whatever says it and it's bad?
Right.
Like, you don't get to determine as a person what is and what is not a racist term because people are okay with you saying it, but not Jamie down the road.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like my friend Eli, he's okay with being called the N-word because it's a joke when he takes it as a joke. Other people, they'll kill you for it.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And it's just like, can we just abolish the word, please? Yeah. Like, everybody come to the term that was a word that white slave owners used.
I've seen this one thing where a lot of black people on TikTok don't mind you, you know, they don't care if you say the N-word, but it just has to be the soft A because, you know, that's, you know, kind of like, hey, what's up? Kind of like a friend thing, but you're using the hard R, that's where it becomes racist because that's what white people back in the day would say as a racist thing to the slaves.
Right. But on that topic, it's like saying, let's say if white person was a racist slur, it's like saying, hey, whitey. It's the same definition of the word. You know what it means.
Right.
Just by changing a letter or two. I mean, personal preference, freedom of speech, whatever you want to tag it as, that's fine. Like, you do you, okay? I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Nobody's here to tell me how I live mine, you know? But I'm just saying, like, the digging deep into many different areas to try to find racism. Right. That's my whole thing. Like, I follow Titus Smith and, like, two other black men who are profound Republicans that stand with white people on the topic that not all white people are racist. Like, why are we digging in age-old institutions that even members of the black community say, we're not oppressed by them, we have equal rights, it's like, rights are not a buffet line. You don't get to pick what you get and what you don't.
Right.
Like, if black men, the black people, have been equal to the whites for a decent amount of time.
Mm.
It's like, you cannot use your grandfather's slavery as a justification of why you want to kill white people now.
Mm-hmm.
Because that has no basis in today.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if that did, then I'd bring up slavery in Africa, black people enslaving black people, white people enslaving other white people, Asians enslaved their own kind too, Native Americans did it too, and there's proof all throughout history.
Mm. I've seen so many people that are like, yeah, my grandmother was a slave, so that's why I hate white people, and that just doesn't make any sense because that was back in the day.
Right.
We're completely different. We've evolved from that. I mean, sure, there are still racist people today, but it's not like that, you know.
Right. I watched a short the other day from a comedian. I forget what comedian it was. But he said this. Like, using your ancestors' trauma as a reason to hate people in the current day it's what did he call it? It's basically on the same level as calling people who hate gay people homophobes. Because a homophobe isn't the correct term for that.
Mm.
If you have a homosexual phobia, it means you are rationally scared of gay people. A homophobe would be somebody who walks into a bar, sees a guy kiss another guy, and has a panic attack, and, like, crawls around in the back room like, ah, ah, ah. Okay, that's what a phobia is.
Mm.
A homophobic person is somebody who has an irrational fear of homosexual people. But the fact of, like, the irrational hate, that's what it was. Mm. So if you hate somebody let's say I hate white people for something that a white man did to my grandfather, who was also white 200 years ago. Mm. I have no right to be angry about that. There's no reason to hate white people for that. Mm. Like, I've met white people who hate their own kind, their own skin color, just because of the things they've done in the past. And I'm like, but that doesn't happen anymore.
Right.
We have apologized. We have realized that it was bad, and that's why we don't do it anymore. Like, you know, it's the point of the matter that we need to live in today.
Yeah.
We need to stop messing with old policies, because let's be honest, 90% of old policies that were made way back in the day aren't even used today.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, even cops say, like, if you don't know your rights, I'm not going to remind you. They don't exist if you don't know them. Mm-hmm. And apparently there's like 31 or 32 unalienable rights. None of us were taught them in school.
Oh yeah.
We have no idea what they are. You have to research them on your own time. Mm. But you're never just, you know, pulled over by a cop on your own time. It's whenever they see fit. So if you don't know your rights, you don't have them. Mm. And that's with white people, Mexicans. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you're being a belligerent idiot to a cop and you don't know your rights, you don't have none. He'll detain you right then and there. Mm. But then also, it's gone so long that we haven't like straight up told a cop, because you can look at a cop and be like, no, I can hold this sign on this freeway as long as I'm not endangering the public because of my right to free speech.
Right.
Like, I saw a video the other day. A girl and a male cop, two different cruisers, came up, told them, sir, I can't let you hold that sign up. Which was like, F Biden or something, right? So she's like, I can't let you hold that up because of, I just can't. And he's like, well, it's my right to freedom of speech. Mm. And they kept harassing him, like, you can't do it, we'll detain you, we'll arrest you, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, I guess they called the sergeant, because he told him, go ahead and ask your sergeant if this is freedom of speech. And apparently the sergeant came up, it showed him in the video, and he went up to the other cops and was like, that is his freedom of speech.
Yeah.
He can hold that. Mm. You can't tell him he can't. He's not endangering anybody. So the female cop came back up and was like, well, you know, if you want to hold it out, you can do what you got to do, but don't run in front of cars, don't. And he's like, yeah, I figured, you know, I'm not doing that. I'm not dumb, you know. And they're like, well, then have a good day. And he's like, oh, well, is that it? You're not going to arrest me? Freedom of speech, right? And she's like, yeah, whatever. And they got in their cruisers and they took off. Mm. It's like there is a lot of stuff that today's mainstream media for like Black Lives Matter and the feminist movement and all sorts of like, well, we're social justice warriors, want to hide in these systems. And I've even heard some dirt about the cops. I'm not going to say they're all good. Right. They're not. There are some cops that are really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And there are some cops that are really good at heart, but they won't speak out about the corrupt cops because I heard from someone, he's an ex-cop. He lives down in GR. And he told me one day, I was asking him like about, laws and shit because one of my friends had just been assaulted by her boyfriend, and I just wanted to talk to him about it, see if there's anything we can do, if it happened like 3 weeks ago, getting firsthand from a cop, And he told me that when I told him, like, the guy didn't want us to do anything, he's like, it's kind of messed up. Because sometimes if corrupt cops are higher than you, you can't be a good cop. Because they'll shun you or they will fire you. Like, if you don't fit in with them at their precinct, they can transfer you, they can fire you, they can shun you. Damn. And I'm like, corrupt cops can really do that. Like, they have that much pull. And he's like, yes, they can. It's not very common that it's that fucking, organized.
Right.
But it can happen. And I've seen it happen, he said. He said that he's seen it with his own eyes. And I'm like, this is the problem. Newer police need to be taught, like from this day forward with recruitment, that they're there to uphold the laws, not enforce them. Like, you are not a representative, like, you are not the law itself.
Right.
You are there to interpret whether or not this situation is against the law, and if it is, act. Arrest, detain, warn, whatever it may be. And then you let the courts decide if they're guilty or not.
Right.
Like, I don't think people really realize that a cop's main job, and maybe new cops don't understand this either, or some, that your job is to be suspicious. And that's another thing. Kids our age and below need to understand. A cop's job is to be suspicious. It's not to just drive around and eat donuts and drink coffee.
Yeah.
Okay? They want to be on the lookout. They're vigilant. So they need to be suspicious of these things. And it's not a reason to, have a heart attack if a cop just pulls you over and he's like, hey, you got anything, just be respectful. And you let him do what he needs to do.
Right. Yeah, there's so many people that freak out seeing, like, a sheriff car just drive by and they're like, oh my god, it's a car, blah, 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 blah.
Right, like, it's chill out, take a deep breath. Like, I have anxiety around cops. Just because I have ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, which is I don't like authority. I don't like it. Okay? I don't understand why a piece of gold tin makes you better than I am. But that's not to say that if I don't respect you, that I play around. I play along with you.
Right.
Like the other day, I got pulled over by a state trooper, and it was because I was using my turn signal for too long. Oh. I was respectful. I let him hold my phone. I was showing trustworthy, body. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have anything on me. And, it was just, I used my turn signal for too long. Apparently, it was like a mile or so I understand the confusion. Oh. Yeah, it was like a prolonged period of time where I just, didn't see it.
Oh, that makes sense.
And the radio was up, so I didn't hear the ding, 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 whatever. So, but I was driving my friend's car. So he's like, well, can you prove you stole it? Now, can you prove that you didn't steal it? Now, this town. 90% of people in this town, the cop would be like, can you prove you stole it? And he'd be like, well, why are you suspicious? Why? It's like, it's his job to make sure if you literally say you're not the owner of the car. Which I did. I said, this is my friend's car. Her name is, I won't say it, Jamie. It's like, this is her name. She lives just down around the corner. I was bringing it back to her from going somewhere to get her something. And, and he took, I couldn't find her valid. I knew she had just gotten through a new, insurance. I couldn't find it. I had never, I'd never been pulled over in her car before, so I have no idea where any of her shit is. Cop literally didn't need a valid insurance. Like I told him, I know she just got through with a different insurance company. So it's probably not the same insurance card, and I don't know if she brought it in. Like, I literally had basically no answers for this guy.
Yeah.
And I just, handed him an old one. He said it was expired. I took it back. I was like, well, I can call her if you'd like. And he's like, all right, go ahead. They're talking for a minute. And my phone got wet from the rain. It was raining at that point. And it turned off.
Ooh.
I had already given him my valid ID, my driver's license. I had that, but I didn't have any proof of, like, registration or insurance. Mm. And it turned off, and he's like, well, I can't hear her. And I'm like, oh, it looks like it's turning off. Water must have got in it. So it was like, I'm scared. I thought I was going to go to jail. And he's like, well, if you cannot use your turn signal like that, remember to turn it on and off, go to speed limit, you can go. Like, all right, yes, of course, sir. He's like, all right, have a good night. And I'm like, you too, officer. And I pulled off.
Yeah.
Waited for him to get in the car, and I sat there for a couple minutes, put the car in drive, waited to see if he was going to go around me or whatever, and then I just coasted off.
Mm. Yeah, people need to understand it. As long as you're just cooperative with the cops, it can go fairly smooth.
Right.
I mean, obviously, sometimes, like with corrupted cops,
right,
it'll not be as much smoothly, but...
Right. But then that's the other thing. Like, I go on a very strict basis of, like, if the cop is being respectful, I am the utmost respect as well. Mm. I'm not going to sit there and make your day or your life any harder than it already is, bro. Like, but if you want to be a dick and you want to make my life worse, all right.
Yeah.
Sir, can I search your vehicle? You got a search warrant? What am I being pulled over for? Am I being detained? Did I break any laws? If so, what laws did I break? And I'll tell you whether or not those are actually laws or not.
Right.
Like, if you want to play like you have all the power, then I'll show you you don't. Mm. It's just be nice to those you pull over and be nice to those who pull you over. Mm. And through respect and teamwork, like, the world could be so much better.
Oh, yeah. You can definitely tell power gets to certain cops' head. They think that they're in complete control.
A weak man that shows the value of strength. No. A strong man who has known no power all his life can reach respect for that power. Mm-hmm. A weak man who knows the value of strength will show no compassion. So it's really just like, you gotta be okay with the fact that you are not the alpha. Mm. You are not the greatest. You never will be. There will always be someone better than you in every fucking aspect.
Oh, yeah. In
one way or another. But it's the way you carry yourself. Confidence. Respect. Mm. People respect those who have the courage to respect somebody else off rip. Mm. Because it's like, this man knows what he knows. He is what he is. He knows he is what he is. Mm. He's not second guessing himself. He's not power hungry. He doesn't need the power of a badge or a desk or a judge position to ensure that his ego is as big as he wants it to be. He's just sitting there like, yeah, it's just another job. Mm. Like, this job doesn't make me any more powerful than when I go home.
Right.
It's just a job. Mm. And you do your job right, and you go home. It's the same dynamic, whether you're a cop or a McDonald's man. Yep. You make the burgers, you make them right, and you go home.
Yep.
You uphold the laws, you keep the laws right, and you do your job right. You don't abuse your freaking police power, you go home at the end of the day. And no problems come about it.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else? What else we got to talk about, my guy?
So, how up to date have you been on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case?
I heard they did reach a verdict in Johnny Depp's favor for the most part. Mm.
I believe Amber Heard won one thing, And
yeah, it was
that's
like
about that.
2.5 or 3 million.
Yeah, something
for
like that.
something like one thing she didn't lie about.
Well, I don't even think it's that. It's just no one could just decide, I guess.
Well, no, I think what happened was that Johnny Depp was like, I don't remember what it was on, so I'm not gonna speak out my ass here, but like, I believe it was just something that she told the truth about that Johnny did, but it was, to me, it was just like, okay, what about you, Mrs. Heard? Why is that? But you know, it was a civil lawsuit, so you were paid, you know, for things you were written. Yeah, my phone's slow as hell, so I'm gonna look about whatever. Fuck that shit. We'll just talk about the trial overall. My phone is gliding. It's a ghost.
So at first I thought it was just hallucinating, which was
right, like it was optical illusion.
Yeah.
But no, like, no, I get the whole, you know, like, Johnny Depp lost a lot of revenue, a lot of actor positions, like a lot of business deals, whole lot of revenue,
but
over some things that Amber accused him of. And, you know, in this day and world, you want to satisfy the masses. So no matter if Johnny did or did not seem like the type to do so, a lot of people dropped him. Which, in my now with the verdict, I'm assuring you, a lot of those people wish they hadn't. Because the one thing Amber heard, one was definitely not the sexual allegations.
Oh, yeah.
It was none of that. It was like,
just something pointless.
I wrote
just
an op-ed.
remember.
Like she said, I wrote an op-ed and she did, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the specific thing, but it was something trivial compared to everything else she said. And like, I don't know. My biggest point for the women and future generations of women, please don't go around accusing men of these things. If it really happened, please speak out as soon as possible. Do it that same night if you have to. Please, if it happened, seek justice. But I do believe, from a woman, you know, like, I'm a man, but from a woman's standpoint, a logical woman would understand why this whole trial hurt the female population's credibility.
Not just the female population, mainly the feminist population, because a lot of feminists see Amber Heard losing as a loss of hope for them, and they think like, oh, now men are just gonna overtake once again, and now we have nothing
like
in our
it's
power to do
some
anything.
kind of political overthrow, government coup type crap. It's not. It's not. The biggest life lesson you should learn from the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard case is that some women have grown up with the ability to throw these allegations around. Well, namely all of them, but just some haven't choose to. You know, they've just been grown up where they've been told, well, you're a princess, you're this, you're royal, like, you know, and they don't think they can do any wrong. I was personally affected by the the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, because I have been accused of raping a girl before without even like having sex. Like, it was a whole thing where half the school hated me, half the school believed me, and then we went to court. They did the DNA, the forensics, and all that crap, and the evidence, and my alibis, and all that, and I was at home. They figured it out. Like, I was at home, she was at home. She lied about me raping her because she was hurt that we got broken up with. Which didn't make any sense to me because she broke up with me.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe I just wasn't crying and baby-hearted enough for her, so she wanted to add a little tack on there. But like, I went to even the school's security guard, registered police officer. We called him OT, and he said, "Don't worry about it. You're the 7th guy she's accused of raping her.
Yeah. That's
and all nuts. 6 before you have been proven to be false cases. We went through all the channels and everything. So it's that. It's the girls who constantly cry wolf, wolf, wolf.
Yeah. It's pretty much
that hurts. Yeah, that hurts the feminist movement and all that. Like, if I know a girl isn't like that, like she's logical, she's sweet, she would never lie about that shit for her own personal gain. It's like, yes, of course I'm going to believe you.
Right.
And I'm believe women 99.9% of the time. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to blindly believe them. I'm going to look into things like a normal police officer should.
Right.
Or anyone, for that matter. Like, you know, some girls just cry wolf, and like 6 dudes are right there. They're like, yeah, I believe you, ready to go to prison for something they have no idea whether or not it happened.
Right.
Like, a while ago, this I don't know what year this was, but there was a case. He's like 30-something or 40-something now. He appealed his rape charge case. He did. He played college ball, right? Black, African-American male, right? He appealed this sexual, a rape case that had put him in prison for years since his college days. 4 years, dude. And they finally figured, like, once they got some more modern technology, they figured out, no, it wasn't even forensics. He appealed, was denied. And then, like, 2 weeks later or something like that, she went on Twitter and stated, no, I lied. He never raped me. We were just dating and he broke up with me at this party. And I knew he played college ball on scholarship, full ride scholarships and everything. Yeah. So I just wanted to get back at him. The man served years in prison for a crime he didn't commit because people just blindly believed Becky from the house party.
Yeah.
Literally lost his full ride scholarship, never got his college degrees, nothing, was never able to meet somebody, never start a family, and now he's just out here like 40-something with nothing. Probably ended up homeless.
Oh, probably.
With absolutely nothing. Just because some girl hated that she couldn't get the black team captain to have sex with her. That's insane. That's why men don't want to date anymore. Because 1 minute you're the girl that you like could be just straight sweetness like strawberries and cream, and then the next, like, 4 dudes show up at your house because apparently you raped her.
Yeah. It's
like, no. Don't do those things. That's why some people don't believe you.
Right. That's
It's like me. If I were to go crying around that I'm going to get shot every week and my friends keep showing up to help me, but the people that I say are pulling up never pull up, It's like they're going to stop coming because they think I'm, not doing it. But then the minute it actually does, I ask them, like, hey, you need to come over because my house is going to get shot up and I need some people here. They'll be like, yeah, whatever, and they don't come, and then they heard my house actually got shot up, and now there's nothing they can do about it. I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You keep crying rape. Finally, when it actually happens, hope to God that it never does to any woman, but let's say you cry fucking wolf like that 17 times and finally somebody does rape you, nobody's gonna believe you. And that's the toughest thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because when it actually happens, you want to be able to believe them. But if they've lied about it like 17 other times, framing 17 other dudes, and they've all come back false, you're not going to believe her. And that's sad, because I know. I was molested by my mother. I understand the feeling. Like, you need to be believed. Like, somebody needs to validate that they believe you. But if you just go around screaming, I've been raped, and it keeps being false, nobody's going to end up believing you if it actually does happen. And that's tragic.
Oh, yeah.
It's tragically sad.
Yeah. It's another reason why, like, the older feminists that were feminists for a long time are just don't want to be part of the new age of feminists is because of just how they are, and it's just...
Yes.
just so many different.
Yes, completely. Completely. Like, even, like, I have no problem with gay people. Got a problem with the newer generation, though.
Yeah.
Because, like, the older generation of gays, as Dave Chappelle called them, the Stonewall gays, perfect. Great, you could get along with them for 35 years and not even know.
Oh, yeah.
But nowadays, you got 12-year-olds being like, yeah, I have a dick. Or, yeah, I have a vagina, when they don't. Like I was telling Gordon here today, or Tim here today. Like, this is not Cyberpunk. This is not D&D. You cannot just change your avatar and it's always been that way. You can't. It's not possible. Like, I've seen some things about, like, well, we could implant uteruses. No, you can't. Scientists are telling you you can't. Doctors are telling you you can't. The body will reject it because it's a female isotope or female genome when your body says you are a male, regardless of plastic surgery, whether you got a vagina or titties or anything. It doesn't matter. The DNA that's in your bones, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your brain is all still a male genome. So your body will reject a female reproductive organ. It's like trying to implant ovaries into myself. It doesn't work.
Right.
It just doesn't. Your genomes clash, and your body will either end up rejecting it or you'll die. So it's just like that. Like, I don't care what you do. You want to have a vagina instead of a vagina? I don't give a fuck. But it's just like, why are 12-year-olds who have never paid taxes, never been on their own, are too young to even have an actual adult life, to go out and seek things that they want to be or who they are? Like, you're too young at that point. I'm sorry. I know social media tells you, like, at any age you know who you are or you could start it. You can't.
No.
It doesn't happen that way. Like, you have to be old enough and mature enough to go seek and soul search and figure out who you actually are. And sometimes that takes people decades, years. Sometimes it takes people 2 weeks. And you're just like, yeah, I know who I am. But that's the whole thing, kids. Like, you're 13 years old saying, yeah, my name's Kyle, when your real name's Kylie, and you have double D boobies and a big old girl butt. Like, dude, that's not how that works. You can't just magically change things. Like, if you could do that in real life, I could just snap my fingers and I got a shredded 8-pack and I'm big and muscular, you know.
Right.
Video games wouldn't be a thing. Fantasy games wouldn't be a thing. Fictional books wouldn't be a thing. Because all of those things were created so that you could escape to another reality, be the main character, or be your own custom, character like in D&D. Those things wouldn't have ever been invented because we could just at fucking Neanderthal age just be like, I have titties now. Like, that's not how it works. Like, yes, you can do plastic surgery things, like take hormones and get your dick cut up like a banana and turned into a vagina. Like, you can do that. But that doesn't actually make you a biological member of the opposite gender. That's not how that works. Like, you have to be born that way to be that fucking way. That's just how it is. As much like today, there was the example, like, I totally get the fact of wanting to be an opposite gender. I do. Like, if your man, go out and ask your man. If your man tells you he's never thought about being a girl, or what it would like to be a girl, to, like, grab your boobies and, he lying. He lying. We all wondered what it would be like to have boobies, okay? We've all wondered it. Teenager, adult, at some point in your life, a straight male will wonder, I wonder what it would be like if I was born a girl. And that's usually followed by, like, going into the gym locker, watching the movies where the protagonist is in the vent in the girls' locker room or whatever. And then, you grow out of it. Some people don't, and that's why they're creeps, but you usually grow out of it. And then you're just like, it is what it is. I'll never have titties and I'll never be a biological female. I can't be reborn. It is what it is. I'll just get a girlfriend and ask her how she feels.
How do you feel about bearded titties?
Right, like, it's... Shut the fuck up. This man literally has bearded nipples. His nipples look like Viking members with berserker axes. And they just scream at you every time you see him. Through his shirt or not, they're just like, ah! Like, I swear on Jesus, bro.
I should get tattoos, and they have, like, battle axes and the Viking helmets just on here.
Yep, and then Ragnar and Lorak or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
that would be funny.
The Duality Destroyer Brothers. Like, Jesus, bro. Swear to God.
Oh,
like,
man.
No, but that's my whole thing. Like, dude, like I said, dude, I've had crushes on LGBTQ people. And, you know, my ex-girlfriend that I love to death. Still, after all these years, I'm pretty sure she was pansexual or whatever. So, it's not like I don't fucking care.
Right.
Like, you're still a fucking human being. I just don't like the flamboyancy of the newer generation. Like, dude, it's not something to be proud of. Like, it's just who you are. Yeah. You can be proud of yourself, but if you're proud of like, I can be proud of myself for doing dishes, but you don't see proudness of doing dishes awareness month. No, you don't. Like, it's a part of growing up that you realize that you can be proud of things that don't fucking matter. Like, at all. Like, some people, dishes, hate them. Some people, holy shit, man, I got up and did the dishes. I'm so proud of myself. But you don't see them going around town like, I did the dishes today. I did the dishes today. No, you don't. But you see all the newer generation of gays just being like, we want freedom. We want equality. Yeah, sit the fuck down. Since when being gay gives you unequal rights? It don't. You have equal rights because whether you believe it or not, the law sees you as a male or a female. Male and female both have equal rights. The pay gap for women is caused because the study they did that feminists like to refer to so much, but obviously didn't read it, said that the average adult female works like 36 hours in a week. And men work like 40 to 42. There's a difference hours there. We could both be me and a woman could be making $12 an hour. I'll still make more than her because I work more hours than her. That was the study. That was saying, like, counting in maternity leave and, you know, calling in for possibly being sick or periods and just like, it's like, no. And then they're bitching about how much we can pay. Well, yes, because some jobs, like bricklayers, like Jordan Powell says, that are like fucking 99% men. Like, women can't usually do it. It's just so heavy and you're fucking carrying these fucking loads of bricks every day. Like, you usually can't fucking do it unless you're strong. And with the science of men and women being different in literal muscle fiber strength, it's understandable why it's 99% man. But also, men work a shit ton more dangerous jobs. That's why we get paid more. Right. Because also, like there was another comedian who said this. Of course I get paid more than you. Because for some strange reason, I don't know why, if I'm on a boat and it's sinking, women and children go and I have to stay and die.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like, if you were going to die from the job you're doing, you best damn believe I'm going to get getting paid more than my female counterpart in the same job because she gets out on that fucking lifeboat. I don't. Right. I have to sit here and shovel coal until the ship sinks all the way down. You know, like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's just why it happens that way.
That's also, I fucking hate and disagree how schools nowadays are trying to enforce all that LGBTQ shit on, like, elementary and all that.
Oh my god. That's literally grooming them for future fucking predators. That's all that is. Like, boy, you don't even do straight sex ed at that age. Why the fuck are you teaching them about that shit? That's literally just trying to condition their minds earlier to be more resistant to straight ideology. Like, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, does nobody understand the fact that a woman fucking a woman is not creating children without males in the world? Like, being LGBTQ is fine if that's what you want to do, but let the children grow up and make their own fucking decisions, please.
Right.
Like, let them decide. Don't sit there and teach them about the shit when they just want to color ducks with crayons, okay? Like, if they grow up and they're like, hey, yo, I want to be gay, can I get taught about gayness? Go ahead and teach them. But let them decide. If they want to be gay, straight, lesbian, it doesn't matter. Let them decide what they want to do. Yeah. And then teach them about it. Like the rest of the straight kids. We didn't know shit until we asked about it. Let the other children decide that. And it's not even going to fucking dwindle your numbers. It's not like just because you let them grow up that they're going to stop actually being gay. It's like before it was a chemical imbalance, or that love is love and I don't choose who I fall in love with. Right. If that's true, then every motherfucker who is supposed to be gay is going to be gay. Your numbers aren't going to go down or up whether you educate people or not. There's no point in doing that with elementary school children, unless you want to breed them to be future fucking pedophiles or whatever the fuck. Like, I don't know what the fuck the point was of trying to teach a 3-year-old who can't distinguish gold from yellow about, a lesbian is a girl who likes fucking other girls. Yeah. Like, that's an between 16 to 18-year-old conversation in high school. Like, sophomore year to seniors. Fucking freshmen if they want to. But it's like, just be who the fuck you are. Like, you don't need to be taught this shit to be who you are. You're just gonna be it. And once you are who you are, ask questions. Man. It's not like people are gonna tell you to go fuck yourself if you're asking about, well, hey, I'm a lesbian, I want to know more about, like, eating pussy. They're not gonna fucking care. They're just gonna teach you about it. Like, yeah, I eat pussy too, but I'm a man. This is what I do to my wife. Like, it doesn't really fucking matter, dude. Somebody's gonna teach you about it. Don't teach 3-year-olds. God. Cut, move on to Act 7. Like, bro, I swear to God. This whole apartment filled with an awkward air of like, yeah, I eat pussy too, but I'm a straight guy.
You got any more topics?
This video today is sponsored by... Oh my shit. This video today is sponsored by Morton's Iodized Sea Salt. Yeah.
Propel and
fucking
McDonald's.
Boo Argus. Like, it's a great mod, Like, that wasn't a good cloud, but, I just tried to, like, quick hit this bitch.
Well,
recommendations. I got a recommendation here. Get a Morph 2, you fucking pussies. Get a fucking Morph 2. Crank that bitch to 110 and let her rip, baby. Let her rip, Beyblade. Like, come on now. Stop fucking going with them fucking breeze disposal. Like, hit that motherfucking mamma jamma like... Okay? Breathe fire. Okay, alright.
Bearded nips are also a plus.
Oh my god. I mean, this motherfucker's got Viking nipples. He should be breathing fire. Alright, everyone.
You got any final words? Yeah, that's the Morph 2.
Yeah, look at that fucking cloud, baby boy. Let me say that shit. It's at it's at 101. Yeah. Smokey in his bitch now. They call me Grizzly Bear. They should call me Smokey Bear. Moderate to severe fucking fake clouds in this bitch today. Anyways. Have a great day, y'all. Yeah. I'm gonna let Exotic Mr. Panda cut it out. Right.
So we'll probably try doing this weekly instead of, me doing this once in a blue moon. So, I'll do another podcast next week.
All right.
And more videos in the future. And yeah.
Subscribe to both of us.
I'll put his shit in the description below.
All right.
And everybody have a great day. See ya. Bye.